Alright, let's quickly go over the Nothing Phone 3. Now, this is an interesting phone from the tech company Nothing, of course. You guys know about it. This was a phone that really broke the internet because of how divisive the design was. And I would say the average person didn't like this design. I'm one of those people. When I saw the leaks, I said there's no way. This looks like a prototype. This looks like what Phone 3a Pro looks like. Basically, the same vibe, prototype. It even has the red light, which the A series is known for, which almost gave it a cheaper vibe. And then they replaced all of the glyph lights, which this phone brand is known for and iconic for, and put this screen that pretty much doesn't do too much other than tell you like sunset, rock, paper, scissors, 8-ball, the time, glyph mirror, which will show you your screen. Right now it has the flash of the phone I'm recording with, and then the time. This is the only use case where I actually find it useful, the time. Other than that, I prefer Phone 1 and Phone 2. I think these phones look way better, much more cohesive, much better design language versus this. I don't understand the design philosophy here, where you have this telephoto camera all the way in the corner because it's screwed into the PCB, completely different size to the main lens and the ultra wide. This could have been a glyph in itself. I don't know why they put this here when it looks like a glyph almost. This would have been perfect for the progress glyph. But instead they chose to have this glyph matrix, and then you have all these random blocks of color with these random designs like the semicircle, which it is present on Nothing Phone 2, but it's used for the recording light. I just don't really understand the design philosophy of this phone. Now, other than that, this phone is excellent, and that's my gripe with this particular phone. The phone itself is great. I do wish they had slimmed down the bezels a little bit more or curved them like Xiaomi used to do, or even Oppo or OnePlus, how the edges kind of have that quad curved display, but it ends up looking flat. I think that would have looked great on this phone with an anti-reflective coating. But yeah, this phone is excellent. In general, it's very speedy. I have no issues. You can see how fast everything loads up on this phone. It's great. It's a wonderful phone. You can see how nice the OS is. Nothing OS is probably my favorite OS of all time. So this is running Nothing OS 3.5. There is a 4.0 update available, as you guys can see. The phone is excellent. Gaming is great. I'm going to leave some pictures up on screen for you guys as this video runs and everything. And even something like Essential Space, I wanted to test it out. I have a little voice message here.
I want to buy this phone in 2 days.
And it made a reminder for me and even pulled the price tag and even told me you can trade in an iPhone 13 or higher, which is really cool. It's a very cool phone. The front camera is excellent. Rear cameras are really good for what it is. Especially the fact if you have a Phone 1 or a Phone 2, you can get this phone for about $499, I believe, right now. It is a good phone. It's just my issue with it is the design language. I think it's too much of a departure from their previous work, and I think these look more premium than this phone, if I'm being honest. And I do think this glyph matrix should be scrapped entirely or moved to the center. They need to bring the glyph back because that is what makes the Nothing Phone the Nothing Phone. I'd give it a 7.2 out of 10. Nothing Phone 3.